teams if first pick siya. And look at this, Blacklist International literally first picking the YSS. So many counters that can be available para sa side ng Aura PH, but they chose to still pick it up. Ngayon for Aura, Benedetta and Pakito, Encho is available. I think one of those three for sure ang pipiliin ng Aura PH.
Kumbaga, yung ibang mga teams kasi usually ang pinupunta nila malalakas eh. Pero itong Blacklist, naniniwala sila sa consistency. Now, Aura PH, this is the same 1-2 punch.
Yes.
Na binato nila nung game number 1 drafting.
Oh my
But
God.
still, Blacklist International going straight for their trio laners. Well, actually, 2 laners and 1 jungler.
Your team
Harith
is
Pakito
banning.
hanggang mabulag para sa Blacklist International. Sa Aura naman, going in for the Alice and Benedetta na flex pick. Pero dahil sa pick ng Lancelot, Aura PH have revealed na ang kanilang jungler ay
team
Lancelot,
is
ang
banning.
kanilang side laners ay Alice and Benedetta. Do take note, however, pwede pa rin siyang gamitin ni either Raflesha or ni Greed as this support Benedetta, but it is very unlikely to happen, lalo na sa ngayon. Matingnan pa rin natin, there is going to be the Rafaela ban para sa Aura. Might also consider the Popol and Koopa just like in the previous game. Dahil ang Blacklist International, sobrang comfortable nila doon.
Your team is
Well,
banning.
dun sa first game, dun sa second game, wala talaga silang pampasok ng backline dun eh. Like, for Aura PH, yes, madali lang sanang hulihin itong Popol and Koopa. Pero kasi kapag wala kang pampunta dun sa likod, automatic mangangatkat ka muna ni Koopa bago ka makapunta kay Popol.
That's right. I love the Harith, by the way. Ang ganda niya laban sa Benedetta. Decent versus Lance. Sabihin na natin 50-50 kung kumparahin yung Alice, lalong-lalo na si Benny Cutie na gumagamit. So at
Your
least mas
team
comfort
is
niya ngayon on
banning.
the sidelines. We'll see, however. RPH, Popol and Koopa, 100%. Kailangan mong iban yan sa Blacklist International. Na-wonder ko ano ang magiging choice ngayon ng Blacklist International. There is still Farsa. Meron pa ding Lunox, meron pa ring Eudora. Actually, so many heroes that can be available para kay Oh My Venus. Pati na rin kay Eson. Atlas makes more sense ngayon para sa Blacklist International. Baka kunin pa rin nila yan. I don't like if they will choose the Tiger once again. Although, again, nagme-make sense siya laban sa Benedetta. And those are the two choices that I would recommend para sa Blacklist International.
Although sabihin na lang natin na you don't really say that, you said that Atlas is a good choice dito. Even with the
Your
Alice,
team is picking.
even with the Alice ba, magandang choice pa rin para
In
sa
a way,
kanila?
yes. Kasi meron kang Fatal Links. All you have to do is to time it out, di ba?
Yeah, that's true.
And nakita naman natin kanina na ang ginawa lang ni Eson is hindi actually siya nag-rely dun sa kanyang ultimate. It's just way for them to be aggressive. To have somebody in the front
Your
lines
team is picking.
is... Did I hear the Claude? It's the
It's
Grok.
the Grok.
So,
Grok pa rin.
ang ganda ng Grok. Oh man, this is such a good Grok pick for Aura PH. Pang disrupt on jungle, pang knock up ng Pakito at pati na rin ng Harith. If you time it so perfectly, pwede mong gamitin yung wild charge to really just make it difficult for the Harith. Although, again, for Blacklist International, they can even go Eudora and Sylvana dito sa lineup na to.
Pero alam mo, ang isa sa mga tinitignan ko dito is kung paano nila sasagutin etong lads. Kasi the show is out eh. Actually, Blacklist nga yung nag-abandon ng
Yes.
show, sa totoo lang. So, Sylvana is good. Yung Pakito, pwede rin naman i-knock up dito si Lance. Pero,
Your team
they
is
are gonna go
picking.
for an even a Franco!
Woohoo! Eve, obviously, ito yung wave clear hero nila. Perfect din sa playstyle ni Oh My Venus yan. And, so what they're gonna do with the Franco, nakita na to dati. And ang goal ng Franco is just to reset the buffs. And syempre, isa siyang hard CC, which is what we're looking for. Lancelot, syempre, mag-moment siya in the mid-game. Although there still is the Grok. I know for sure na dati nung sikat na sikat yung Franco Butters, we go for the Grok. This is what, FPL Season 3? Or Season... Yeah, it was Season 3. Kung saan yung suppress ni Franco is one of the favorite ones. And what you do is just use the Grok para i-stop yung suppression na yon, yung Bloody Hunt.
Unang nalabas si Franco, if I'm not mistaken, sa MPLPH was Season 3 playoffs. Nilabas
Yes.
siya ni Pain.
Yes.
Tapos, nung Season 4, doon na talaga siya tuloy-tuloy na ginamit.
Yup. And was Eson. also uses it.
Oo, si Eson ginagamit ko
Eson
din.
Esports yan. Diyan sumikat yung Eson Esports nung malapit siya mag-Franco. Hindi lang sa pag-kill or pag-facilitate for kills but also to be disruptive when taking buffs. Alam naman natin na pag na-hook ni Franco yung orange at yung purple buff, reset, auto-reset yan. So that's also an additional thing. And also nung off-season ng MPL, ginamit na to ng Blacklist International and to great effect. Ngayon, tricky yung naging choice dito ng side ng Aura PH but I like it. It's gonna be Chang'e para ma-prolong nila yung laban. It's also a hero na in a way may reach siya laban sa Eve. Eve kailangan literally tumayo para doon sa kanyang ultimate. But then again, alam natin na hindi ka komportable kapag meron pang meteor shower. Also, ito yung way nila para magkaroon ng late game potential. Kasi sa totoo lang, ang gagawin dito ng Aura PH, hindi na si Lancelot ang tunay na bida sa late game. Alice na yon. And what they can do is to be aggressive in the early stages with Benedetta, Lance, and Grak. Tapos yung Chang'e, yung parang pang-clear nila ng wave in combination with the Benedetta para umabot tayo sa late game with the Alice.
Actually nga, looking at the draft of Aura PH, tama yung sinabi mo doon, si Eve kailangan tumayo to activate the ultimate eh. Pero kasi, medyo matatakot ka din para sa kanya eh. Ano yung meron sa kabila? May Lance,
Yes.
may Benedetta, may
Yes.
Alice. So those three heroes, they themselves alone, pwede silang pumunta doon sa may backlines at pwede nilang i-take down bigla dito yung Eve.
Very interesting point, Butters. Yes, it's true na when you're picking the Eve, you have to make sure na walang pwedeng pumunta sa may backlines ng safely. Siyempre, merong Benedetta, may Lancelot, and that's already two of the important heroes laban sa Eve. Yung mga tipong Natalia, your Hayabusa, di ba yung mga heroes na pwede mag-aggressive sa backlines, already ayaw mo na yung Eve na yon. Now, siguro ang side ng Blacklist International, they're thinking, ang kailangan nila sa Eve is yung wave clear and the slows from the ultimate. At siguro kailangan nga nilang pag-clear wave. At tapos meron silang Franco to punish kung sino man yung pupunta doon sa Eve. But that's a, how do they say this? Very defensive manner to use the Eve. Gusto mo maging on point kasi with the Eve and it's really scary kung may Lancelot sa kalaban.
So meaning, ladies and gentlemen, this is a battle of positions na naman for both of these teams.
That's absolutely
Kailangan na naman mauna dito ng Blacklist International. Although sabihin na natin, they're at a very bad predicament na parang, alam mo yon, sila yung dapat mauna kasi kung hindi, sila yung manatalo. But still, Blacklist International, pinakita nila sa atin kung paano nila pinapagana yung mga lineup nila. And with the Franco on the very ever so capable hands ng isang Eson Esports,
Yes.
tingin ko kayang-kaya, and especially din naman dito si Venus with the Eve, hindi rin papahuli ito ng basta-basta.
Comfort is there para sa Blacklist International. Yan ang masasabi natin. Sa sobrang dami nilang mga lineups or mga strategies na inilabas ng MPL of season, masasabi natin na talagang nagbatak itong team na to. It kind of feels like they have so many strategies around and in a way, marami rin silang comfort picks. This is absolute comfort para sa Blacklist International. Wala man tayong makita mga Rafaela, Diggy, Estes dito. This is still comfort picks for the side of Blacklist International. Dahil yung unang tatlo, literally, Yisun Shin, Wise SS to, tapos meron kang Harith ni Oheb, meron ka pang Pakito ni Edward, then you have Eson Esports with this Franco man. Comfort ang meron para sa Blacklist International.
And for the side of Aura naman, this is very aggressive. And I expected nothing less dito sa lineup na to. Ang dami nilang pampasok ng backline. They do have the Croc as well.
Yeah.
So, ibig sabihin dito, guys, this is going to be a non-stop, sabihin na rin, action. May non-stop action na mangyayari dito sa laron to. Kahit nga si Rapli siya na pag-croc na eh.
Yeah, we saw yesterday or basta yung unang laban ng Aura PH. The keyword is jungle choking na nakita natin mula sa Raflesha. Now, throwback to MPL Season 4 and Season 5 kung saan successful ang team na to back then when they were called Sunsparks is kapag aggressive sila sa pag-take or pag-nakaw, pag-invade ng jungle, di ba? And now with their heroes that they do have, it could be also true. Pero kailangan nila mag-ingat kasi meron pa ring Franco na pwede ring i-reverse yung mga ginagawa nila. So it's also one thing that Aura PH should be considering.
Now, we will be heading to the game in just a bit, ladies and gentlemen. Kapit lang kayo dyan. Alam ko medyo nagkakaroon na kayo ng hype sa katawan nyo dahil gusto nyo na makita kung sino ba manalo sa game number 3. Pero dito tayo sa MPL PH Season 7 and alam mo, masasabi ko lang, seeing the teams play, hindi pa natin nakikita lahat maglaro. Pero I have this idea na nag-step up talaga lahat ng teams. Yung identity ng bawat team makaklarify mo na kung anong gusto nilang gawin.
Oh yeah, we're in week na on the I think right now napaglaro na ang lahat ng team except for one, which is Signal Ultra, and nakikita natin na mainit talaga laban. In fact, we only have 1-2-0 so far. And I think that is also that also tells us na lahat talaga ng team ay nag-step up na.
Oo. At saka nga pala, pinaplug lang namin dahil nakikita nyo na kayo yung mga bootcamp nila. Please do watch yung bootcamp raid sa MPL Philippines.
Oo nga.
Makikita nyo kung paano, yung MPL Philippines page makikita nyo kung paano nga ba sila namumuhid sa mga bootcamp nila. Ano nga ba yung tsura ng mga bootcamp nila at gusto nilang gawin sa mga bootcamp nila. Lahat ng teams, inikot namin, ako, ikaw,
Si Manjin, si Rob.
Manjin, si Rob. Inikot namin lahat ng mga bootcamp ng team para lang mapakita namin sa inyo kung ano nga ba yung mga ginagawa na itong mga teams na to. So don't forget to watch that and looking at them, ready na to. And alam mo, Wolf, bawat pwesto na inuupuan nila ngayon, nakita natin ng personal to. And mainit ang mga notes dito. Hindi natin sabihin yan, syempre. Pero may mga notes yan.
Yeah, you know, one thing na pwede natin siguro i-reveal is how well bonded Aura PH is. Isa kayong dalawa ni Manjin ang nagsabi sa akin, nagkwento sa akin na etong team na to, Aura PH, they kind of finish each other's sentences. Ganon sila, ka-close sa isa't isa. And nagtatranslate yan dun sa mga teamfight execution sila. Game number 1, kitang-kita kung gaano kaswabe yung pag-execute ng mga members ng Aura PH. You can see how well executed their teamfights are. And siguro nga dahil ito dun sa bonding or dun sa pagiging close sa mga players nila.
Eh, dito naman sa Blacklist International, yung bootcamp nila, sobrang cozy. Ayun, sobrang ganda ng pwesto nila doon. Actually, kapag ka napahiga ka doon, alam mo yung masandal tulog? Ganon yung dating ng bootcamp nila dito. And ang ganda din ng bond netong team na to. They're very close. And at the same time, makikita mo talaga na kapag umupo sila doon, it's all business.
Yes, it's all business na pag talagang ganun na yan. And we can see na when it comes to the business, para sa side ng Blacklist International, ang kanilang ginawa ay nagbatak talaga. Not only with their scrims or with the training, but also when it comes to exposing themselves sa mga tournaments outside of MPL.
And it's time to head to the Celestial Palace as we go to game number 3 of this best of 3 series. Blacklist International versus Aura PH. Tara na!
Ang comfort para sa Blacklist International, nandyan ang YSS ni Wise, or the Wise SS. And like we said kanina, Edward as well as Ohev, using the same heroes in the past 3 games that we have. And also, it all spells comfort para sa Blacklist.
Kung mapapansin mo yung first item na kinuha ni Kilowash, yung region necklace.
Yes.
Region necklace, dalawang ganun yung kinuha niya dito.
This is not the first time that he did that. Usually ginagawa niya ni Kilowash lalo na pag mga chow thumbs siya. Gusto niyang i-out-sustain lang yung katapat, dalawang necklace sa simula. Really helps him to be tanky in a way or sustain me.
Then again, alam niya din na hindi talaga favorable matchup sa kanya dito yung top lane na may pakito. So ang ginagawa niya dito is nagka-catch siya ng wave.
Yeah.
And hindi niya gusto na madala siya dun sa may critical HP. So ibig sabihin dito, ladies and gentlemen, Kilowash really just wants to go for yung mga cut ng waves.
We did see kanina nung game 1 na yung Pakito versus Benedetta matchup. Dahil sa mga nerfs sa Benedetta, sided talaga siya sa Pakito kung sa bayang bigkas lang mangyayari. But when it comes to cutting waves, obviously nandun niya kay Benedetta kasi meron siyang maraming dash and pwedeng gamitin ni Kilowash yun. Ngayon, nung nangyari nung game number 1 was, etong ating Benedetta, ang ginawa niya ay ina-advance niya yung pag-cut ng waves para si Pakito ay maiwan dun sa lane. Kailangan niya mag-depensa kasi otherwise mapupush yun. Kaya naman napigilan yung playmaking potential ni Edward kasi kinakailangan niya, pinupuwersa siya ni Kilowash na magstay dun sa lane.
And nakikita niyo din si Eson talaga kinukulit niya dito. Si JP, manhook niya kaya yung buff? Hindi niya mahuhook yung buff. And that is going to be Kilowash and Edward going at it. Pareho na silang level 3 dito. And kung mapapansin mo, si Edward pa yung nabawasan ng todo dun sa ginawa nilang suntukan.
Yeah. Now, in the middle, ito naman yung hinahanap natin para may Venus, yung Eve with that second skill. At si Raflesha nagiging problema lang para sa Blacklist International. 1 minute 40 seconds in, hindi pa level 4 si Wise dahil nga naman sa fact na hindi pa niya nakukuha yung purple niya.
And Raflesha dito and Eson going at it. And look at that flicker. Finlicker siya pabalik. Tignan natin kung Felicia makakatakas nga ba. Dito si Kilowash with the help. Flicker out para kay Venus dito. And that is going to be crucial para sa kanila. Raflesia, nakatakas pa.
Wow, that's the power of the Grok. High and dry with the sprint. Hirap habulin for sure. At kaya maging really offensive the start of the match.
Edward ang first target dito ng Aura PH. And nandito yung backup pero medyo late ang pangyayari. The hook will be thrown out pero si Kilowash nagstay siya doon ng onte para kahit pa
Oh, no.
Uy! Nagkabarilan! Yung isa sa taas, yung isa sa harap!
And that's exactly what we said into the draft. Yung Eve gonna be counter. Hindi mag-counter de. Answered by Greed. Nung nakita niya nag-ultimate na si Eve, alam niya there's only one spot literally for that. At tatanggapin niya talaga yung Meteor Shower. Sabay last hit pa ni JP. And obviously, wanna give that to Aero in the early game now belongs to Aura PH. Nakuha pa nila yung turtle.
Ngayon, alam nila na vulnerable dito si Venus sa mga ganks kasi wala siyang flicker. Nagamit na yung flicker na pwersa nila kanina. So, ibig sabihin nito si Greed, lalaban at lalaban talaga ng harapan to. And we might see another pressure dito sa may mid lane para kay Venus.
Hindi magtitigil ang Aura PH. Lalong-lalo ngayon ang ganda ng simula para sa kanila. They will use their Benedetta to cut the waves. Tapos gawa sila ng play with the Lancelot. And all is good para sa Aura PH. Lalo na lumalamang na sila ng 1,000 ngayon. Para naman sa Blacklist International, they have to force rotations. Oh, look at this. Greed! Kinuha agad, ninakaw agad yung purple buff. We are talking about this, the Aura PH jungle choke tactics.
Ito yung mga bagay na talaga nakakasakit ng todo sa isang YSS. Like YSS, sinabi na nga natin, consistent siya. Pero kasi yung strength niya is kailangan pa rin niya yung buffs. So, ibig sabihin dito, Aura just took like 2 minutes, 1 minute and 30 seconds of that buff dito sa side ng Blacklist International, and yung effectivity dito ng Blacklist International is magle-lessen ng konti in terms of the jungler side. Aura PH pushing top.
And you can see Kilowash, nanakaw pa niya yung green buff na yun away from Wise. Can't catch a break. Although...
Oh, there is a fight. The hook is there. Eson dito, mapipilitan gamitin yung flicker niya. And Edward na naman ang naipit doon. Divide and conquer ang pinapakita ng Aura dito, Wolf.
Exactly what is happening ngayon. Just like in the previous game kung saan napupersa ang Blacklist International na maghiwa-hiwalay dahil dun sa movements ito ng Aura PH. Hindi man YSS yung gamit ng Aura ngayon, they're using the Lancelot, almost is the same. At ngayon, 12 seconds before the turtle timing, nagiging aggressive na naman ang Aura. Wanna kill all my Venus or at least get a bonus kill. Sabay pwesto dun sa may turtle at kukuha ngayon ng big objectives. Wise hindi na nakakuha ng buffs, although na last hit niya yun, which is great. That's exactly what they wanted para kay Wise.
And glowing wand para dito kay sa side ni Greed. Kilowash with the brute force breastplate. Raflesia dito, meron siyang passive so hindi siya mahahatak at na-surprise siya dito. Eson gets the kill. Pero doon sa may likod, Greed dito, pino-force out niya sila Oheb. Kilowash trying to get away. Makakatakas ba siya? Yes, he can. May hook na pwedeng tumama. And here comes the Electro final blow. Eson dito, hinarangan talaga nila. Hindi tatama yung pana. And the hook will be thrown out din ulit ng isa pang beses. Hindi pa rin mahuhuli si Kilowash. Masyadong madulas ang Kilowash.
Ang dulas. This Benedetta, but Oheb, sabi niya, let's just trade for a turret. And big influx of gold para sa side ng Blacklist International. Lalo na nakakuha sila ng important kills naman sa Aura. And Nesson dying once again. Top lane para kay Wise naman. Using his ultimate to scout things out. Sabay back dahil alam niya na doon na si Kilowash. And Aura PH, even after getting so many good stops dun sa early game, bumapalag pa rin ng Blacklist. In fact, maliit lang yung lead. 500, 600 lang yung lead ng Aura PH.
Greed ang main target nila dito. Tinatakbo talaga nila Harriet. At sabi din ni Benny Cutie dito, taka, pre, alis na. Hindi na natin kaya to. Si Edward gusto pa rin yung slow, ibaba to. Pero doon sa may gitna, may 1v1 na naganap. And JP clearly having the advantage, still gets the kill.
It is a very important kill. Kaso nga lang patay si Grok, but that is just a tank. And Aura PH, hindi naman sila ganun kalungkot sa nangyari na yun. In fact, masaya pa sila dahil binigyan na nila ng kill, solo kill. Itong si JP. Ngayon ay lumalamang kay YSS. In fact, JP is leading by 600 gold in the early stages over his jungler counterpart, which is Wise. And alam natin, crucial yun.
Si Benny Cutie, 2 items na.
That's true.
Naka-Clock of Destiny na.
And Talisman.
Tapos may Enchanted Talisman pa. So, ibig sabihin, magiging mahirap to come in the coming mid-game kasi masyadong maaga nakuha ni Benny Cutie yung mga timings nga dito. Especially yung stacks. Kasi usually kapag mataas din yung gold ni Alice, nagko-convert din yan sa maraming stacks na eh.
Yes, ang pinaka favorite na hero, pinaka-kabisado na hero ni Benny Cutie is the Alice. Arguably one of the best Alice players in the league right now. We'll see him really snowball this time.
And Oheb dito getting pop lock and drop.
Ooh,
Benny
sakit.
Cutie, mahuhuli pa siya ni Eve dito. And Eson, gusto niya huliin
Ooh!
JP and the hook! Hook flicker.
Sexy moves mula kay Uncle Eson.
Mga Eson Esports.
Eson Esports. Inintay niya yung Thorn Rose, pops the hook, flicker out. Solid na solid. Walang kawala doon yung Lancelot. By the way, Oh My Venus facilitated for that with a wonderful usage of the ultimate. This time kasi ginamit naman niya yung walls para hindi siya makita.
Oh, grabe. Uy! Oh my goodness, look at that play. Kilowash dito, nahatak siya. Wala lang sa pwesto yung mga members dito ng Blacklist International. Pero, masasabi natin na nahuli na ni Eson si Kilowash.
Oo. At hindi yan siguro ang pinakahuli. Eson, mananalasa pa. And all of a sudden, Butters, Blacklist International ahead of Aura PH. Pwede na silang kumuha ng mga next objectives sa ngayon. Gamitin nila si Oh My Venus in an offensive manner, just like into the bottom lane.
Nag-drawing na dito si Oh My Venus. And hindi makatakas si Kilowash dun sa pwestong yon. Kilowash dito, first death of the game. Pero kung napapansin nyo, unti-unti nang pumupunta yung momentum dito sa side ng Blacklist International. Aura, sila yung nag-set ng tempo, sila yung nag-set ng pacing kanina, but right now, that isn't the case.
Yes.
Blacklist dito, with the efforts of their members, talagang nababaliktad na nila dito yung tide.
Now, waiting just for the perfect timing. Although may 2 items dito si Benny Cutie, they still need more. And para naman dun sa Grok, medyo defensive manner at nauna kasi yung Blacklist!
Kanina pinag-usapan natin to, Wolf, pagka nakapwesto ng una ang Blacklist International, sila ang mananalo and Aura PH dito. Masasabi na natin na nawala na yung control ng mapa sa kanila.
Oh, definitely. Kasi they're sitting far behind and hinihintay talaga nila doon. And the hook!
Putting up a show, the Eson Esports Show, ladies and gentlemen. Kung nakikita niyo ang taong yan, ang lakas mong hatak.
Uncle
Eson! Tinapos si Eson. Kumbaga si Eson, wala kang takas dito. Kung maghanap ka ng jowa, maghanap ka ng Eson.
Nobody else can play the Franco this way. Pinurove na yan sa mga tournaments outside of the MPL. Nakita mo naman, Greed, suma-sidestep. Pero alam ni Eson kung saan siya pupunta. And the slow-mo with the flicker. Beautiful play from Eson. Hindi na nga kinailangan yung ulti kasi nga naman, yun basic na.
And that instant replay is brought to you by Oppo A94. Experience gaming at full speed with Oppo A94. Available starting March 26 in Oppo concept stores, retail partners, and e-com platforms. Pero may away na nagaganap dito habang nag-i-spell ako. Pwede natin labanan to. Dito sa may pinakalikod. Edward dito lumalaban and Greed. Napipilitan tumakbo. Harris dito. Divide and conquer palalaro nyo. Babalik namin sa inyo yung favor. JP and Kilowash. Wala silang magawa kay Edward, the Filipino champ. Tinitipihan pa sila dito and that's going to be a triple kill para kay Oheb.
Oh my goodness. Look at that spacing coming out from Blacklist International. At sabi nga natin, pag sila talaga ang nauna nasa pwestuhan, ilista mo na. Blacklist International obviously using yung kanilang Yison Shin to take control of the vision game. Sabay gamit ng kanilang Harith kay Oheb. And even with Benny Cutie having 3 items na, meron na siyang Winter Truncheon, hindi pa rin enough yung damage output ng Aura PH. And we have to see Kilowash really give something para sa team niya. And this Benedetta, after all of the nerfs, hindi na siya yung pinaka-solid na side laner na alam natin na meron ang Benedetta dati. Sa ngayon, ang kailangan mong gawin ay mag-clear lang talaga ng waves, and Aura PH stuck. Na-quarantine sila dito sa base nila.
Oo, Mountain Shocker revealed that lahat sila nandun. So lahat ng waves, lahat ng lanes nagpo-push papunta dito sa side ng Aura. Kailangan nilang i-defend to. An attack on all angles. Ika nga nila, Wolf, Raflesia dito and the others. They really try to take down the Lord, pero si Y sila, Oheb, si Edward, iba ang nasa isip. Tutubay ito dito sa may gitna. Depensahan man nila yung taas, yung baba, yung gitna, hindi! Pero another one coming out here from Eson Esports! Hook after hook after hook!
Hook City para kay Eson Esports. Lahat talaga nahuhuli, lahat natatali, even with the figure use. Madami man siyang binabato at madami yung mimintis. Pero pag tumama, talagang solid na solid.
Eson Esports paving the way! Na-surprise si Croc!
And another one!
And another one! And another one! Benny Cutie goes down! Blacklist International takes the series 2-1! Oh my goodness! Tignan natin! Wala akong words!
You really have to give it to Eson.